Welcome once again. In this video, I will be sharing with you my encounter with my seductive landlord's wife. The very first day I finally packed into this boys' quarter of seduction, I went to collect the key to the back balcony of my flat. I knocked the door and it was my landlord's wife that came to open the door. She was the only one at home. She greeted me with a contagious smile and sweet voice. She was adorned with a sleeveless blouse. Immediately I entered the sitting room, she told me that the key dropped on the floor. She knelt down and was looking for the key. What? This was a free cinema. It wasn't a small film that I was seeing. I saw several feminine accessories shaking right before my eyes. Wow! After much free cinema to watch, I told her that I needed to go. I had to leave so that I will not fall. My mom has warned me not to have anything doing with a married woman, but Nkechi, my landlord's wife, is not a married woman. She is a married girl. Should I listen to my mom? This brings me to a tale of dilemma, living in a boys' quarter of seduction. If you are a man watching this video, come closer, relax, increase the volume because you will hear what you've never heard in your life. If you are a lady, I hope you are not like Nkechi that I want to talk about. I was a single guy, not just single, but very single. But since I packed into this new apartment in this boys' quarters of this area in Shomolu in Lagos, Nkechi won't allow me to rest. I got to know that Nkechi and her husband are newly wedded. Her husband is a very busy businessman. He goes to work early and comes back very late. Nkechi, my landlord's wife, is a full-time housewife. It was a Monday morning. I was just knotting my tie and I heard a lady yelling my name from outside. Uncle Adio! It was Nkechi, my landlord's wife. One of their rooms at the back is just opposite my sitting room window. Uncle Adio, I need your help. Please come fast. I removed my tie and rushed out. I assumed maybe something is in flame or a serious thing. I stood by their corridor and guess what? She just said, Uncle Adio, please, could you kindly help me to change our clock battery? She just handed me a pack of battery. My mom's counsel resurrected in my brain. Adio, have nothing to do with a married woman. This Nkechi is really prepared for me this early morning. Should I go in or not? She talked in a soft voice. Uncle Adio, come in, sir. Please, it's urgent. The only people that live in this flat is Nkechi and her husband, but her husband is not around. I'm scared to death. I don't want her to defile me. Well, I collected the battery from her hand and marched into the sitting room like a soldier on a battlefield. I looked for a stool and dragged it close to the wall and removed the big wall clock. In less than 100 seconds, I fixed it and the wall clock came alive. She stood close to the doorway to block me from going out. Her curvy shape was like a barricade at Badagry police checkpoint, nowhere to turn to. If I look up, her lips look too kissable. Her eyes are saturated with passion of seduction. To look down a bit is the sight of a ripe grape that are staring at me. I looked away and said, Auntie Nkechi, I got to go. She stopped me and looked into my eyes. And she laid her right hand on my shoulder and whispered, Uncle Adio, do you care for fried rice and chicken? I thought within myself, this is early morning, I need something like that. But I asked her, is it ready? And she said, I will just microwave it fast, Uncle Adio. For the first time, I felt like an antelope right in front of a lion. I know it is too risky to stay longer than 2 minutes. My tool between my two legs received a surge of blood flowing in powerfully. She too knew that something is about to happen. That was when she came closer to me. I moved back and looked downward. I glanced at her straight, smooth lap. I was sweating right away. Well, I was speechless as she was walking towards the kitchen To organize the meal, I sneaked away like a small child with a banana seeing a monkey afar off. Wow! I returned into my room and I was like, I should have just browsed this lady this morning. But I said to myself, this is somebody's wife. Few days after my escape from her hand, she knew I was around and she was singing out loud in the room that is directly opposite my window. Wow, this girl has a very good soprano voice. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. With the same approach, she just called out my name. Uncle Adio, Uncle Adio, Uncle Adio. I pretended as if I didn't hear. This temptation is getting out of hand. Well, reluctantly, I responded and she asked for another help. I marched valiantly to their front door. And this time around, she said, Uncle Adio, how was your night? Hope not too cold and lonely. I replied militantly with no smile. It was good, ma. Please, I have this frozen chicken in our deep freezer. Could you help me to drag it out? Is that all? I questioned her. Yes, that's all, sir. As usual, I marched in to render solution to her problem. She went into her bedroom. Truly, I opened the deep freezer and I saw that all the food in the freezer are frozen. Could this be another trap? I tried my best to root out the chicken from the frozen iced block. Well, as I was battling with all the food that are frozen, I sensed a gentle touch behind me. It was Lady Nkechi. Before I could say Jack Robinson, I saw that she was having just a piece of cloth around her body. She dropped the cloth. What I saw was too good to ignore, and my hands and legs began to shake. As the match was about to start, we heard a loud bang on our gate. That could be my landlord. I was scared to death. Should I enter under the bed, or climb into the roof, or dodge in one of the wardrobes? Before I go further, I want you to subscribe to this channel. You have not seen anything yet. More insanely interesting videos are coming. So, let me continue. While she went out to inquire who was banging the gate, I escaped again. Many things raced in my head. Something said, you should have pounced on her fast. Another thing said, but she's somebody's wife. I remember they said it is more blessed to give than to receive. I should have given her my... But she's somebody's wife. From that day, she stopped greeting me. She often passed by me with ease, with a scornful countenance. I was very happy. I was like, I should have given her what she wanted. What will it cost me? Well, that episode went like that. One day, I met her by the gate one morning and I helped her to carry a keg of palm oil right to the front of the veranda of the apartment. Suddenly, she started smiling towards me once again. As I was dropping it, she just said, Uncle Adio, could you help me to drive a nail into the wall for me to run a wire in our bathroom? I obliged. Is it not to drive the nail into the wall? Thank God, she's well dressed today. I entered the bathroom and I drove the nail in fast. And as I was going out, I realized that she was not making any attempt to seduce me. With this, maybe she was not lusting after me after all. One Saturday morning, I just felt like playing my acoustic guitar. I dusted it and I arranged a long stool on my corridor. I started singing. Mwaka, mwaka. If I tell you, say I love you. My money, my body, now your own, oh, baby. 30 billion for the account, yeah. I had to stop because I had a sweet soprano voice singing along with me. Who could this be? It's Nkechi, my landlord's wife. This time around, she came out, turned to the back, and came to the veranda where I was playing my guitar. We played together, we sang together. Oh, what a lovely Saturday morning. Uncle Adio, you've got a lovely voice. You are too much. I have been looking for someone that will teach me a guitar. The summary was this. She told me that I would be a guitar teacher. I told her that she does not have a guitar, but she just asked me, how much is a guitar like mine going for? I just mentioned 130,000 naira. I was shocked. She rushed away from me and she just suddenly came back with her phone. She did a transfer of 150,000 to me. I was shocked beyond doubt. Sunday afternoon came. I was just resting in my apartment after the church service and I heard a knock on my door. What? It was my landlord. He looked at me with appreciation. Adio, I just like your presence in this my house. You are one of the best tenants that I've ever gotten. My wife told me so much good of how you have tidied up this our environment. Why I'm even here is to appreciate you on the commitment on how you wanted to take my wife in guitar classes. She really wanted to use this to serve God in our local church. So let us agree on the fee. I was shocked. Within few minutes, he agreed to pay me 80,000 naira for a monthly fee. I will need to pause this story here. I will tell you the full episode of what transpired in the music class. Comment if you would like me to continue what happened. Moral lesson. Transparency and integrity pays a lot. It was integrity that got me this offer. Please subscribe and see you later.